So what is it like working with me or working with LaGrone Law? Um, okay, I'm going to take you on a client journey from start to finish, okay, from an intake standpoint. So you call our office, all right? You call our office, and our wonderful intake girl will answer the telephone, and she will ask you some questions, some name, telephone number, email address, those type of questions, obviously, so that we can put you in our database, make sure that there's no conflicts or anything like that. And then she will ask you, we call them screening or pre-qualification questions. So those type of questions are questions to make sure, one, that your issue is one that we handle and that we can handle. Two, that you're in a jurisdiction where we're able to handle the case as well. Three, to find out, what your goals are. Is this something that you're just kind of shopping around for attorneys, trying to figure things out? Or are you, ready to go? Is this something that this matter you want to get, finalized and resolved, quickly? And also too, to make sure that, whoever is calling is the decision maker, or, if they aren't the decision maker, who are the multiple people that should be on, the phone call or the consultation call or things like that with me once we get to that point. So that is the start. And people find us in many, many different ways. They find us on Facebook. They find us on, other social media channels, IG, YouTube. We get a lot of lawyer referrals from other lawyers, as well as, client referrals and then past clients that are coming back to us and things like that. So you call our office, you get a smiling, face on the other end, our intake person, and then you will give her all of your information. Then what she will do is she will set you up for a case evaluation with me. And we have a couple different types. Right now we're kind of trying to figure out if we're going to, how we're going to set these up. We're tweaking some things with our intake process. But at the end of the day, she will set you up with a case evaluation with me. Yes, we do have a case evaluation fee. Because that is for 30 minutes of my time. Sometimes it ends up being an hour, so that we can dive into your case. Each case is unique, so we have to figure out the options, figure out if you have options, figure out what your next steps are, and things like that. So you would get set up with a case evaluation with me, you get booked on my calendar, then you're going to receive, text messages and emails regarding the firm. You'll receive text messages and emails regarding your case evaluation, date and time, confirming it, and things like that. Then the day before your case evaluation, we are going to call you. It's not going to be me, but it's going to be another wonderful one of my team members, and she's going to call you and she's going to ask you some more questions, confirm your date and time, make sure that you have any documents that you want me to review, if it is over the phone or if it's over Zoom, making sure that those documents have been uploaded to the portal so that I can review them in advance, or if your appointment is in person, making sure that you bring those documents with you so that I can review them at that time. Because understand, when you have a case evaluation with me, it's not like a consultation where I'm just kind of pre-screening you and doing things like that. That is what the intake process is for. When you have a case evaluation with me, it's time for us to sit down. We're diving into your case and we're coming up with options so that you can make a decision that day on moving forward with us so that we can fix your problem, whatever that situation is. So you'll have a case eval. Like I said, we do them 3 different ways. We do them via phone, we do them via Zoom or a chat feature that we have, and we also conduct them in person. So you have the option of one of the 3. Then after the case evaluation, at that point, you should be ready to go, okay? Especially if we can help you, all right? And if you have options, you should be ready to go, ready to put down your deposit, ready to, hand over your documents so that we can keep them or I can make copies of them and we can start your process. That is the goal, all right? Time is of essence. and especially in immigration law. So I'm not talking about criminal right now because our process is a little bit different, but I'm purposely speaking of, immigration law. Time is of the essence. As of right now, we don't know what's going to happen with the administration. We don't know what's coming up next. And as you all know, immigration will change in a heartbeat, and it will change with the new administration. So we need to get stuff rolling now. All right. So have your questions prepared, have your documents prepared for that case evaluation date, and be ready and willing and able to, sign that, that contract for services retainer agreement and get rolling that day. After that day, all right, so after the case evaluation, I am going to hand you over to my team. My team is very capable. I have a team of some wonderful, wonderful women. Yes, we are an all-women law firm. Don't come for me for that, but we are. And they are all fabulous, okay? And so after the case evaluation, there's really no need for you to continue conversations with me as the attorney because I do the legal work, all right? My team does everything else. So I'm going to hand you over to my team. You're going to get a welcome email from our immigration paralegal. And then once you get the welcome email with the checklist of everything that you need to send to us, documents, things like that, how to open the client portal, the questionnaire, she will even give you a welcome call a couple days after the email to make sure that you received the email, as well as to make sure that you don't have any questions about what was in the email or the checklist. After that, now it's up to you, all right? The time, the fastness, like how quick we get your petition out, that is up to you. Meaning, y'all got to buckle down. You got to answer the questionnaire because we can't answer the questionnaire for you. Yes, you have retained us to do the immigration work, okay? But we don't know where you lived since you were 16. We don't know your mama and daddy's names. We don't know, your date of birth, all of that type of stuff. And those are important. That's important information that we need to properly fill out your petitions. So the quicker you get the information into us, the quicker you finish your questionnaire, the quicker you get all your documents and evidence and things like that submitted to us, the quicker we can file your petition and you can receive your immigration benefit that you are looking for. So that is up to you, all right? Now, we understand that this process is daunting, y'all, okay? It's daunting, it's time consuming, and it's oftentimes frustrating as hell, all right? And we get it, we understand, all right? But you have to be willing to go through it because you have to think of the end result. And your end result is for you to stay here in the United States with your family and make a better life for yourself, right? So we got to go through the hard stuff to get to the good stuff. So once you send all of your documents, you're going to sign off on your petition, and then we get it reviewed. So it gets reviewed by my staff first, and then I do the final review to make sure that it is ready to go, to make sure that we aren't going to get an RFE, to make sure that we are going to get an approval. So I review it. If there's anything that still needs to be, given to us, or there's something that's missing, or maybe an affidavit doesn't sound quite correct or something like that, we're going to return it to you. We're going to say, hey, we need you to fix this, all right? But we're going to give you an example of how to fix it so that you don't feel lost. So once it's reviewed, ready to go, we're going to mail it out. Once we mail it out, we're going to wait for our receipt notice. Once you get the receipt notice, you're going to get a copy, we're going to get a copy, and basically that means that, hey, it's received by USCIS, and now it's just a waiting game. We have to wait for them. Yes, it's a waiting game. So we have to wait for them to get back in touch with us. Now, I'm not even going to go into processing times on this video. That might be a whole nother video because that could take a whole nother 10 minutes. But we're going to wait, all right? And wait, and wait, and wait. Then we're going to get some correspondence from them. Now, if they need additional information or additional evidence, they're going to send us what's called a request for evidence, an RFE. When they send us an RFE, we have a limited amount of time to return that information to them. So if we get one of those, we're going to reach out to you immediately, say, hey, they want this follow-up information or they need this, and you have to get it to us as soon as possible so that we can respond to that request for evidence. Because understand, if we don't respond for that request for evidence in the allotted time, they will deny your petition. We're not about denials over here. I don't do denials, okay? So, request for evidence. If we don't get a request for evidence, and let's say they might just send us a request for medicals, okay? That's still a request for evidence, but if they're requesting medicals only, let me tell ya, all right? That's a good thing, because that's possibly meaning that you ain't got an interview that you have to go to, all right? You're just gonna get your green card, okay? If it's that type of petition, all right? So if they don't request anything, then they might just send an interview notice. If they don't just send an interview notice, they might just send an approval notice, and we know that we've got a green card coming in the mail shortly. Different processes go through different things, but that for the most part is the process of the let's say if you're adjusting status here in the United States. Once that happens, you will then get your green card, all right? And then I'm not even gonna go into the processes of additional stuff that we have to do if it's a marriage-based petition, because then in 2 years, you gotta remove conditions and then da-da-da-da-da-da. That's a whole nother video. But what I wanted you to know from this video is what it's like to work with me and my firm, what it's like to work with me and my team. And I'm always stressing me and my team because this isn't a one-woman show, all right? So, sometimes people get mad because, they're not able to talk to me or they're not able to ask me a question or whatever. I'm an attorney. Why are you gonna ask me, how long it's gonna take for your, petition? Or do you need, do we need any other information from you when you can ask my team? That's what they're there for. It's so that we can process this, we can process things and we can take on more clients and we can have an efficient, an efficient system so that we don't get bogged down, so that we don't drop the ball. Because in immigration, that's something that's not a good thing, okay? We can't be dropping the ball, y'all, all right? Because it could be detrimental, all right? So it's me, it's my team of wonderful women that work with me to make sure that we efficiently and effectively take you through this immigration journey so that it's not as stressful as it could be, if you did it on your own, and to make sure that you understand that we got your back, all right? We got your back. You might not hear from us every single day now, okay? Especially if we in the waiting game, but we're still here. We're working efficiently for you to make sure that we get the approvals that you deserve. And like I said, y'all, I don't do denials over here, okay? All right, so I hope that helps. If you have any questions about me or my law firm, a lot of people call me Attorney Mel because, LaGrone sometimes is hard to say. So, you can always reach out to us. If you are in Georgia or if you're in the States, you can reach out at 678-250-5449. If you are in the United States Virgin Islands, in the beautiful Caribbean, on St. Thomas, on St. Croix, on St. John, you can always reach out to us at 340-626-0778, and we will be more than happy to assist you along your immigration journey.